Question 3, we're looking at the substantive procedures for the management fee earned from a related party. So guys, I want to first of all start by putting down general, analytical, and the headings for my assertions. Once I've done that, I can then go into my scenario, working paper A1, to find out a little bit more about the management fee earned, and then start putting down the procedures for each of my assertions. I'm doing question 3, and I'm going to start with general procedures and get these marks straight away because these are easy marks. So I'm going to agree the management fee income in the general ledger to the trial balance and the financial statements. I'm then going to cast the management fee income general ledger accounts. Alternatively, guys, you might have asked for a list or a schedule, but because this is going to happen on a monthly basis, if you remember from the scenario, it would generally be just in the general ledger. I cast it, and then I'm going to scan for unusual items. Maybe I want to say duplicate fee in a month, or just say negative or zero amounts. Then I'm going to obtain a management rep letter. For all assertions related to this management fee income. Then consider the effectiveness of the controls over the account and the impact on substantive procedures. Now I can do some analytical procedures. So, if you were not sure of this account, you might want to quickly go back and see, but it was only in the current year. So I can't do comparisons prior to current year, but I can still do comparisons to forecasts, to budgets, to industry. So, perform the following analytical procedures to test for reasonability. And I'm going to say, compare management fee income month on month, I can compare it to forecast or budget. I can compare it to industry norm for similar services to see if it is reasonable. Okay, now guys, I'm going to do my final inspection of presentation and disclosure, and then I'm going to move on to my assertions. The management fee income has been correctly presented and disclosed in terms of IAS 24 because there's a related party. Okay guys, I'm going to just set it up here so that I remember all my assertions. I'm going to put completeness and just leave a bit of space, current, leave a bit of space, accuracy, cutoff, and classification. Because I'm going to attempt to put those all together. Now I'm going into the working paper. And I come straight to take lots and I start to look for the information. Here I can see is where I've noted there's a management fee. I've got a summary. It's 40,000 per month. I made a note that's related party. So just having a look here, I can see that they entered into an agreement which will be implemented from 1 September 2020 with a monthly management fee of 40,000. So I now have the details. There is an agreement. I want to test that agreement, that it's got this date, that it's for this amount, to make sure that the financial statements fairly reflect the transaction. Before we start doing that, guys, I just want to take you back to the assertions and the substantive procedures we assigned to each of those in the lecture we did right at the beginning with substantive procedures, so that you can see that even though this isn't an account that we are used to testing, if I apply the assertions and the procedures to test each of those assertions, I can come up with sufficient procedures. I've come straight down to the class of transaction assertions, and I've got here for completeness. You select a sample of source documents, trace it to the journal, or you perform sequence testing. So in this instance, you could perform sequence testing of the invoices because they are going to have to invoice, take lots for the fee, and you can also select a sample and trace it to a journal. In addition to that, guys, there were only 7 transactions. So it's easy enough to actually just check that there were 7. For occurrence, you now want to go the other way and you want to make sure there was authorization. So here, there was an agreement. You want to go and inspect that the agreement was authorized. Because this isn't something that takes place on a regular basis, you want to go and see that this was authorized at a higher level. The management agreed in minutes of meetings. Accuracy. You want to trace the source document. So there's going to be that agreement as the first one, and then there will be the invoices to follow. So go and agree the details to the agreement, then select some invoices, and then go and test the detail. Recalculate the invoice and agree the amount on the invoice back to the agreement. Cut off, guys, because we said there were 7. It's as simple as going and inspecting that there were 7 transactions this period. Classification, going and inspecting that it is for management fee income. So for completeness, I want to make sure that 7 transactions were recorded because they said started in September and it was monthly. So I'm just going to go and inspect the management fee income, general ledger account for 7 entries of management fee. Alternatively, like we said, you could go and select a sample of invoices to take lots and inspect that they have been recorded in the general ledger. I can also perform sequence testing to identify any missing invoices. For occurrence, guys, I want to see that this was authorized. So I'm going to go and inspect the minutes of meetings for authorization of providing management services to Take Lots. And then, guys, they said that there was a strategy that they had developed and were going to implement. So I can go and inspect the strategy. Because this is where, or the crux of why they are charging them this management fee income. Once again, I can perform sequence tests to identify duplicates. But guys, because there were only 7 and we only expect 7, all these sequence testing and selecting samples and tracing is maybe not really that appropriate here, because you can simply inspect that there were 7 invoices recorded. Okay, now we get to accuracy. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and inspect the agreement and agree that it has been signed by both parties. It's in the name of Take Lots and Amazin. It's dated 1 September and it's for 40,000 per month management fee income. Then I can go and select a sample of invoices and agree the amount to the agreement. It's 40,000. I can go and recalculate and cast the invoice. I can go and inspect that it is for management fees. And that way I've done my classification and I've done cutoff through testing the occurrence and completeness. Go back to my required quickly. I've addressed general procedures, analytical, test of detail for completeness, accuracy, occurrence, cutoff, classification, presentation, and disclosure. Have I addressed that it's at arm's length and that it has been disclosed? And remember, guys, because it's a related party and because we're the auditors of the related party, we've got access to the related party's management as well as their financials, so I can do some more tests there to ensure that the details are correct. Okay, so if I hadn't made this note, I probably would have moved on. But let me go and add that I can go and inspect the financials of the related party for the management fee expense. So I can see that the two agree in opposite entries, and I can even get a confirmation from Take Lots management with regards to the management fee expense. So I'm going to go inspect financial statements of Take Lots for the management fee expense and agree to the income recorded in Amazin financial statements. I can also get external confirmation from Take Lots Management regarding the management fee expense. And I've done a few related party specific procedures. Okay guys, let's go and have a look at the solutions.